now we are going to try to understand how to keep your boat, your group of batteries fully charged. Not only with alternators and battery chargers. Right now I am going to explain the battery chargers and how to select an appropriate battery charger or alternator according with the bank of batteries. We are going to refresh quickly in our book. What is the meaning of a marine battery charger? In simple words, a marine battery charger is a sophisticated rectifier of current. You remember the rectifier that you have on the screen right now? That rectifier is exactly the same for the adapter that you use to charge your cell phone, or for the marine battery charger, expensive battery charger, or for the battery charger used to keep the charge on the golf cart, or for the battery charger used in your home to keep the group of batteries fully charged for the inverter. In other words, any battery charger is a rectifier. Some battery chargers are more sophisticated than other ones, depend of the function and depend of the quality of the rectification. How the rectification is. Depend of those factors, the battery charger is more quality or less quality. But all of them are rectifiers, simple rectifiers. Okay. If you check this diagram, remember we have 3 or 4 group of batteries. Lead acid, the other name for lead acid is flooded, no? Lead acid batteries or flooded batteries. The other one is AgM, absorbed glass material, and the other one is gel. It's basically a lead acid battery with a jelly inside in order to stabilize the liquid. All right, those batteries, they have different levels of charge. For example, the gel batteries are charged around 14.1 volts. The flooded batteries are charged around 14.6. The AgM batteries are charged around 14.7. For that reason, it's important that you select the appropriate battery charger depend of the type of batteries that you want to keep charged. This is critical. In general terms, AgM batteries and flooded batteries or lead acid can be charged with the same battery charger. Oh, the battery charger for a gel battery charger should be a little different or should be selected in a different function, because depending on the battery charger, like the battery charger that you have on the screen, you can select if the bank of batteries is lead acid or flooded, or AgM or gel, and you select the position, and the battery charger send the voltage appropriated for that battery at the speed appropriated in order to keep the battery bank fully charged in a short period of time. All right, this is very important. Gel batteries charge at different voltage than flooded and AgM batteries. This is very important that you keep in mind that information. Other important information. The temperature is critical. The temperature is critical. The voltage state are temperatures depend. High temperature require lower voltage, and lower temperatures require higher voltage. Whether your battery is maintenance free, wet, AgM, gel, or VRLA, valve regulated lead acid, one charge should work for all of those except for gel. I explained before that the gel batteries require a specific voltage a little lower than the other voltage for AgM and flooded batteries. Alright, AgM's batteries require a slightly different voltage And unless there is an AGM setting, you can use the same battery charger used for lead acid batteries in order to charge AGM batteries, because they are pretty close in the level of charge. All right, and I have an example. This is a critical information. I want that you be concentrated in this part, because this is very important, because this is the most common question of the people. What battery charger should be appropriated for a battery bank of 200 amps per hour or 500 amps, and this is the explanation specific for that question. For example, I have a battery bank of 200 amps per hour. What is the capacity of the battery charger recommended for that battery bank? Or what is the alternator, the capacity of the alternator recommended for that battery bank? Okay, the battery bank should be in between 40 and 80 amps. This will bring the battery about 75% fully charged. For example, I have an example. A typical full-size automotive battery is around 50 amps, 50 amps per hour. So if you select a battery charger of 10 amps, you need 6 hours to recharge the battery completely. Is clear? If you select a battery bank of 10 amps per hour, you can charge this battery of 50 amps in 6 hours, because normally you need 10% additionally. This is the $1,000,000 question. Can I charge that big battery 800 amps with this battery charger like this? The capacity of this is 10 amps. Can I charge this battery of 100 amps with this? Yes, yes, you can. You spend 11 hours in order to charge the battery fully charged if the battery is completely discharged. This is not recommended. Remember, you discharge the battery only 50%. Suppose that the battery is fully discharged. The capacity of the battery is 100 amps per hour, and you want to charge that battery with this charger, 10 amps. Yes, you can, but you need 11 hours. Yes, you can, but you need more time. You can charge any type of battery with any type of charger if the charger is appropriate. Depending on the capacity of the charger, you spend more or less time in order to charge the battery completely. Yes, in this particular case, the battery is 100 amps per hour, and the capacity of the charger is 10. I need 10 plus 10%, I need 11 hours. Simple. I have that example properly explained in this equation. Look, this is the battery. The battery is 12 volts, 100 amps, and of course, I divided the capacity of the battery bank, 100 amps per hour. I divided into the capacity of the charger. This is the charger. The capacity is 10. Oh, I divided in 10. This is 10, and I added 10%. Okay, 10 plus 10% of 10 is 1, is 11 hours. 11 hours. This is the amount of time that I need to keep, this is the amount of time that I need to recharge this battery completely, full. For example, in a marine deep cycle battery rated at 100 amps per hour, it would take 10 amps to charge the battery for around 11 hours in order to keep the battery fully charged. This is the perfect example. This is the perfect example. Okay, in order to calculate the total charge time for the battery, the rule is take the amps hour rating of the battery bank and divide it by the capacity of the battery charger in amps, and then added 10% extra. Okay, once again is 100 divided by the capacity of the charger, 10, This is the capacity of the charger, and that value you added 10%, and this is the amount of hours that you need to charge a battery. It's pretty simple. In other words, you can use any type of charger, of course, if the charger is appropriate, but how fast the charger charges the battery bank depends on the capacity in amps of the battery charger. What is the recommendation, Mr. Lopez? My recommendation is if you have time, try to charge the batteries with a good time, not too fast, because you deteriorate the batteries. You charge the life of the batteries. If you try to charge the batteries too fast, it's better try to charge the battery banks slow, and you have batteries for a long period of time working in good conditions. Don't forget, if you have time, try to select a battery charger not with a high amps, with medium, in order to keep the batteries fully charged in 5 hours, 6 hours. This is a good time. This is a good time. 5 hours, 6 hours is good. Yeah. Oh, try to recover the batteries in 10 minutes. That's not good. You eroded the lead plates inside of the battery. You eroded the plates, and suddenly in a couple of months the batteries are damaged. All right. The recommendation is select a battery charger with a medium capacity in amps per hour in order to charge the batteries in a medium term, not too fast, not too slow. All right. Okay. Let me check. The capacity of the charger depends on the size and the type of batteries, and whether your boat has continuous or intermittent source of AC power. This is a very important. The capacity of the battery bank should be equal to the sum of a DC load plus 10% additional. Some people want to charge the battery quickly, yeah, in order to recharge the batteries in a short period of time, but that scenario requires too much amps in a short period of time. But if you have time, try to select a smaller charger. Is better in order to keep the batteries properly charged and in order to save the life of the batteries. That information is coming from West Marine. West Marine is a great source of information in relation with chargers and batteries. I use this paragraph, this slide, coming from West Marine. Thank you, West Marine. All right. Capacity of the alternator. If you operate your house bank in between 50 and 85% of the charge, the majority of the experts recommend try to recover that 35% of capacity of the battery, trying to charge the batteries with a lower range of charge. Yeah, with a lower range of charge, you recharge the batteries properly, and the storage, the capacity of storage will be in the maximum level all the time. If you use faster recharging, you deteriorate the battery easily. This is an important recommendation. More deeply discharged batteries or smaller alternators require more time. That's obvious. This is the consequence. But yes, you can use smaller alternators in capacity or smaller battery chargers in capacity in amp per hour in order to keep charge big battery banks, but you need more time. All right, this is very important. All right, once again, some people require a charger to keep their boats charged during the off season. In this case, a simple low current charge will be perfect. One charger should work all type of batteries except gel. Be careful with gel batteries because the gel batteries require a specific rate of charge. Yeah, normally it's lower than the other ones. All right, the marine battery charger, once again, the marine battery charger are are offered in different options with different amount of outputs. For example, in this example, the input of this battery charger is AC power single phase or double phase. And in this particular case, this battery charger have two outputs. One output here and other output here. All right, this battery charger is specific for 20 amps in the label. 20 amps, and on top they have on the label 10/10. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? The total capacity of this battery charger is 20. 10 per each outlet. 10 and 10. 10 amps per hour in each output. Alright, and with this battery charger I can keep charge two battery banks at the same time. This is the typical marine battery charger. Is excellent for two battery banks of probably two batteries connected in parallel, or two batteries connect in parallel normally, because this is for 12 volts. Alright, battery chargers. Select the appropriate battery charger according with the capacity of the battery charger in amps per hour. Remember, lower capacity in amps per hour require more time to charge the battery bank. At the end you can charge, but you need more time. The general consensus is to cite a hardwire charger for 10% of the capacity of the battery bank. In this particular case, the battery bank is 300 amps per hour, and a good choice would be a battery charger of 30 amps. This battery charger of 30 amps is excellent for 300 amps. Alright, this is the rule. This is the rule. What is the capacity of my battery bank in total? The battery bank in this particular case is 600 amps per hour. Okay, 600 amps per hour. I recommend an alternator of 60 amps. Oh, the capacity of this battery bank is 70 amps, 700 amps. The capacity of the battery bank in total. Okay, you can charge. I recommend a battery charger or alternator with a capacity of 70 or 80. This is good for that group of batteries. Yeah, 10%. 10% of the capacity of the battery bank should be the capacity of the alternator or the capacity of the battery charger. That's the rule. Always follow that rule, and you have that group of battery charged in a good period of time, and you have the life of the batteries protected. All right, this is an important information. Use the correct battery charger according with the type of battery. Yeah, we talk about that. Be careful with the gel batteries, because the gel batteries have a specific rate of charge. Periodically remove the output terminals of the battery charger, and with the voltmeter and the charger working, verify how much is the output of the battery charger in order to verify if the battery charger is working properly. The output should be over 14 volts if the battery charger is 24 volts, or over 26, I think so, if the battery charger is for 24 volts. Be careful with that. Check the manual, check the manufacturer recommendation, the manufacturer specification, in order to verify if the output is according with the manufacturer recommendation. All right, the charger should be according with the temperature. The majority of the battery charger, the new one, they have a temperature sensor in order to avoid overcharge on the batteries. Don't forget, install the battery charger with an a.c.r in between the battery charger and the batteries in order to protect the batteries. The charger should include multiple options for charging, voltage, and different programs. The charger needs to have a good warranty coming from the manufacturer. My friends, use always marine battery chargers. Never try to use automotive battery chargers. The automotive battery chargers, they are not ignition protected. Be careful with that. Specific if you are working if you are working with a gasoline boat. In a gasoline boat, under any conditions, try to install automotive battery chargers because the majority of those automotive battery chargers are not ignition protected. Be careful with that. This is a specific recommendation.